Hello, I am Fraesna, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you a little build I did in the Lonely Chapel location. I'm going to go ahead and show you where this is located at on the map. It is between Sunshine Tidings Co-op and the Federal Ration Stockpile. While I walk to the location, I'm going to go ahead and kind of explain why I decided to make this video. It's mostly just a test for myself to see the work that goes into it and see if it's something I would like to keep doing and if I can do it, honestly. You can probably tell already that the quality of the video is not that great, and that's because of the way that I had to record the video, since unfortunately I don't have a lot of the requirements or a lot of the equipment that you need to make it, but hopefully it still turned out okay. So I chose the Lonely Chapel because I oftentimes came to this location when I would play Nuka World and travel between Nuka World's entrance and Grey Garden to kind of stay overnight or visit, and when I found out that I could build here thanks to one of the mods I have, I decided, why not, you know? So I did already come in and scrap most of the stuff that I could. Since it's not really technically in one of the main build areas, there's not much that you can scrap. But that also means that you can build a lot more in ways that you couldn't before. So the chapel itself is really small, so this is going to be basically just... Sorry, Mr. Skeleton. It's going to be basically me just changing the interior to add like a little shack and everything. So hopefully it turns out great, and I'm going to go ahead and get into the build and we will walk through that. Okay, so I was initially going to cut this first part out, but I ended up leaving the platforms and didn't want it to seem odd that they were just random platforms there. So what I was trying to do was to make an elevator to go to an upper floor between the rafters. But as you can see in a minute, it didn't exactly work out the way I wanted to, so I scrapped everything except the platforms and decided just to go with the basic shack. Okay, I didn't really know where else to put this at, but I know that I use a lot of mods during this, so it probably won't look like what you're used to. I will try to make a list of those at some point and add them to my description, but for now, I just want to build and see what we can do. What I'm doing here is trying to make a little spot in the floor that you can get in and out of the entrance to the Federal Ration Stockpile, but later on I realized how stupid it looks and I completely changed that. Okay, one thing I want to mention really quick is I didn't realize just how dark it is when I was building. When I watch build videos and they change the time to be day all the time, it drives me insane. But I had no idea just how dark and hard to see it was. So later on I do put lights in so that you can see everything, but that's not for a while, and I do apologize for that. In the future I will definitely make sure that I at least have lights out or down if I'm going to be building in the dark. Okay, right here a couple things. Number one, this podium that would not delete irked me so much, but I was amazed that I could build over it. And later on, I guarantee you will not even be able to tell that it's there. And also, you really can't tell because it's so dark, but the wall actually clipped through the wall of the chapel really badly. I didn't look from the outside, it probably looks really bad, but it doesn't bother me that much, so I leave it like that. And I kind of play into it a little bit more later. What I'm doing now is adding a second floor because I could not give up on the fact that this building is really tall and I wanted to make a second floor. The walls were a pain in the butt to make, but it turned out okay. so dark. Ugh, it's killing me. Okay, the roofs did not want to snap, and it was driving me nuts. I know it's because of some of the beams that were in the way, but I messed around with it enough, and it finally did snap. The other side, I used a different kind of roof, and I was really sure that it wasn't going to work, but then, boom, it did. The weird thing, I don't know why this happened, but there's a little bit of a gap in the roof, which you can see here in a second. Yeah, right there. And I didn't know what to do, so I just added a little bitty roof onto it. But I guess it kind of worked. Okay, so now is the point where I realized how stupid this design was, and I decided to change it completely and just get rid of these little walls and to put the door on the other side and the stairs on the other side. Because of the position of the door, the floor on the outside of the door does not really fit very well, but, you know, I figured it's kind of like an emergency escape, emergency entrance, so what does it matter? Besides, this works way better than the original design. Alright, it's finally time for lights. I have no idea why it took me so long to do this. Honestly, I was probably just in the zone and didn't even think about it, and all of a sudden I was like, oh wow, it's really dark. So I was going to put the generators closer to the building, but then I realized there's this little shack outside, and what other purpose does it have than to house the generators? So I put them in there, and this took me forever because I'm an idiot and didn't consider the beams when I was doing this, but it finally works out pretty well. Okay, so I'm almost done, but real quick, I didn't notice until this point that there was actually a radiation storm about to start, and in the mod I have, ghouls actually spawned, so I got a little freaked out and ran inside and locked the door, and then kept decorating, which we completely skipped, but we're gonna go into the tour phase.
Jammed.
Okay, so that's the end. That was my new Lonely Chapel. I really hope that you enjoyed the build. I did skip out all of the decorating because it would just make the video insanely long. I am going to upload that separately as kind of like an extras video, just in case you're interested in seeing it. But yeah, this really was just a test, so I would love to hear your feedback. Just let me know what's good, what's not, and hopefully I will see you again in another video sometime soon. Have a good one, and peace out.